was so romantic to Oberon that he dragged us across the sea to pay respects. Never mind, he was quarrelling with his own queen the entire way. Oh, I'll have more of that one, sure. Hard not to take Valhalla up on some help, even if it's just for this attempt.
Never! Oh, I know. Close the sack for his... Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, everybody have the most mid snacks possible. Never mind. It was all good, so you had the most mid options possible. I'm good on that. Mid snacks.
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, everybody have the most mid snacks possible.
It's coming! Above you!
Never mind. It was all good, so you had the most mid options possible. I'm good on that, bro. I'm good on that. Mid snacks. Close the snacks. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, everybody have the most mid snacks possible. Never mind. It was all good, so you had the most mid options possible. I'm good on that, bro. I'm good on that. Mid snacks.
What is the future of people like Noah Schnapp and Amy Schumer in Hollywood? Because it was just announced that Stranger Things is coming back to production in January, and it doesn't look like anything is going to happen to Noah Schnapp, like it did to Melissa Barrera and Susan Sarandon. These people...
You're so bad, how did you win?
Fun fact. Black Friday is the busiest day of the year for plumbers, but they don't call it Black Friday, they call it Brown Friday. On Brown Friday, plumbers will see the number of calls they receive increase by 50% compared to a normal Friday. But most of the calls plumbers receive on Brown Friday are not for clogged toilets, but more for clogged drains and backed up sewage systems. While preparing Thanksgiving dinner, people tend to peel potatoes in the sink, which puts a huge amount of starch into the pipes, which will turn into a sticky goop. Then they wash all the dishes, which adds cold grease into the pipes. Leftover rice gets flushed down the drain when cleaning up, and essentially just a bunch of sticky, starchy, goopy products end up getting flushed down the drain, which clogs all the pipes in the house. In addition to this, people generally have guests over during Thanksgiving, which means extra showers, extra toilet flushes, and extra loads of laundry, which overloads the house sewage system. So plumbers recommend, if you do have slow drains in your house, deal with them before Thanksgiving. Fun fact, Black Friday...
This local fried chicken in Saudi Arabia is so popular, the police are called in to control the crowds. Al Baik is Saudi's most obsessed over fast food restaurant chain with more than 140 outlets. When you think of visionary chain operators like Howard Schultz or Ray Kroc, add Ahsan and Rami Abu Ghazala, the two Palestinian brothers behind Al Baik's success.
Machete boots, Jason. Want a new game with machete boots, Jason? I see you're talking about ice skating. I love ice skating. It's so elegant. And ice rugby. Sorry, what? You have, Jason. Really Really? Well, where do they play this game? In an ice cage. Cage? Yes, Jason. Like an icy coliseum. Right, like where people used to fight lions. Exactly that, Jason. Oh, and put a cute little soccer goal at each end. Okay. Make it be 6 players on each team, Jason. 5 skaters and a goalie. Right, okay, and do they play with a ball? No, Jason, what are you, stupid? Whack a urinal cake around with a stick. What? A urinal cake from the men's urinal? Yeah. But make it black, Jason, so we can see it on the ice. Right, yeah, because that was the other problem with that. You said they whack it? Yeah, they whack it. With a stick? Not a stick, Jason. An upside-down wizard star. Of course, yeah, one of those. How long does this game go for? Because every single game is either in halves or in quarters. 3 periods, Jason. 3. No. Jason, the skaters score a goal by whacking the urinal cake into the goal. Just call the black urinal cake something, please. Call it... A what? What? No. What? Why? Jason, when people hit it, it can fly at 170 kilometers an hour. And when it whizzes past you, you go, oh, 170 kilometers. Well, okay, I'll just write down puck here, okay? Puck it is. Fine. Okay, sorry, and you said the goalie has to stop this? Yes, Jason. But make all the players and the goalie wear helmets and armor and a little eye shield. Thank goodness, for protection from the puck. Yes, Jason, but not the fight. Not the what? The fight. I don't understand. Jason. There will be players on each team that aren't very skillful at the game at all. That defeats the purpose of what they lack in skills they gain in being complete assholes. Don't think I follow. Jason, kick up the assholes and pick fights with the other team. Please tell me there's a referee to stop them. Of course there's a referee, Jason. You who will stand there and judge the fight. Judge it? Yeah. Oh, Jason, let's make it. Why are you laughing? Let's make a full fight procedure. I think you've had too much to drink. What? Gloves off. Accept the fight. Sir, no. Run this down, Jason. All other players then must leave the ice. And then? The face punching begins. But you're not allowed to take your helmet off, Jason. Well, if it falls off during the fight, we'll allow it. No, sir, if you have a procedure, then it will always be part of the game. Exactly, Jason. But don't worry. After the fight, the referee will dish out and finally some sort of order to the game. They could probably get ejected for that. No, Jason, not the soccer. Just have to sit down for 5 minutes. 1 minute. One more go. When does this end? When one of them hits the ice. No, not the fight. I meant the entire game. At the end of the 3 periods, whoever scored the most goals, Jason. What are you, stupid? Of course. Anything else? Yes, Jason. The icy coliseum cage will be surrounded by panes of glass, which occasionally will be smashed into a million pieces. No one can ever see the puck ever. Ooh. What about... But I'll go with this shit if they do it in high, so...
An alien, a centuries-old vampire, and a werewolf raised by wolves go to college. They dorm with a human and do their best to blend in and act natural while infiltrating humanity. The human realized day one they weren't normal, but the daily theatrics are too amusing to let them know that. Bill's hand instantly found his phone and...
Surprised this kid hasn't forfeited yet for this game.
Behind you, brother!
How you doing? What a save! Is that a what a save? What do you think? What a reset!
Oh, blast it! 'Cause... 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 '
So I just gotta hold still? Is that what I gotta do? What are you doing, Cricket? Okay. Oh, good. You're making eye contact as you push me towards my demise. What a special personal touch. Really lets me know where I stand, especially after such a long, agonized deliberation over what to do.
This guy doesn't shut the fuck
How long
up.
did you tell people you were to sacrifice me to the flame? I hate to disappoint
Getting
you,
better all the
blithering
time.
idiot.
Got it
But
now,
you do
yeah?
remember I'm a sun god, right? You think I'm afraid of a little fun? Don't threaten me with a good
So then why are you
time.
complaining that I'm sacrificing
Thinking
you?
I'll be infused with power and achieve my final form. Maybe I'll slowly take you with me. Let's just see what happens. Seriously, Kratos, get me out of this cage. It's not funny anymore. I can't believe you introduced me to a whim on presumption.
Introducing parrots can be a tedious process, but when you're dealing with two big personalities like Jake and Shelby, it can also be pretty entertaining. Here, Shelby is offering his bowed head, but he's also keeping a very close eye on Jake. Offering a bowed...
Benefit is just the last.
We're rolling.
I'm Peter Clifford, this is Jackass, and this is shopping cart.
Well fought, gentlemen.
Roof shopping
better
cart.
progress then.
Alright, guys. Okay, go! Ow! 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 Ow!
Fun fact, the reason water bottles have an expiration date is not because the water goes bad, it's because the bottle does. If bottled water is not consumed before its expiration date, which is 2 years, the plastic bottle will start to leach plastic chemicals into the water, especially if the bottle was stored improperly or exposed to heat, like sunlight, being left in a car, or being transported in the back of an open truck. This not only affects the taste of the water, but is also hazardous to our health, disrupting the endocrine system, which causes reproductive issues, various cancers, neurological problems, and damages the immune system. Plastic is also porous, so if the bottles are stored improperly, outside odors or bacteria can make their way into the bottle, and in some rare cases, mold or algae will begin to form inside the bottle while it's still factory sealed. Fun fact. The reason water bottles have an expiration date is not because the water goes bad, it's because the bottle does. If bottled water is not consumed before its expiration date, which is 2 years, the plastic bottle will start to leach plastic chemicals into the water, especially if the bottle was stored improperly or exposed to heat, like sunlight, being left in a car, or being transported in the back of an open tank truck. This not only affects the taste of the water, but is also hazardous to our health, disrupting the endocrine system, which
The
end is nigh, people. The end is very, extremely nigh. Hi there, hello. What's this about? What the sign says, the end is nigh. Okay, is that like a horse thing? No, that would be the end is nigh. Okay, so what's this about? What does nigh mean? Look, I'm being a little fancy, okay? It means the end is near. Oh, my God, thank goodness. What? That is such a relief. This has all been a lot. I'm talking about the apocalypse, like the end of days. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. That is a weight off my shoulders. So what are we talking about specifically? Like fire, brimstone all over the place? That happens annually already. Okay, that's not bad. No, it would be bad, but normal at this point. Okay, what else? The total collapse of society? Sick. No, not sick. Bad stuff. I'm out here trying to scare people. You telling me I don't have to go to work anymore? Look, if you even survive the apocalypse, your work will be survival. That sounds less stressful than my current position. Okay, great. I don't think you're understanding this here. Oh, okay. This is like a serious thing. Right, yeah, no, yeah. Would I still have bills and debt, though? No. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Any survivors would probably develop some kind of trading system. Dude, honestly, the last time I was happy and worry-free was trading Pokemon cards as a kid. You'd have to brave the elements. You're talking outdoor time, too? I've been meaning to spend more time in nature. How do we speed this up? This is... Okay. Hey, what's going on over here? What's that horse sign about? It's not about stupid horses. This guy's pitching some real good ideas. They're not good. They're scary. Like what? The impending collapse of infrastructure and everything you know. Is that not happening already? That's what I said when he mentioned fires. There are a lot of fires. Imagine just tribes of people running around and scavenging and fighting. I get to be in a tribe? That sounds so cool. No, right? I want to be in a...
You know, my parents didn't celebrate birthdays. The only thing they gave me was a roof over my head and something to eat before bed each night. That's the bare minimum. She then responded saying my parents should have tried harder in life. I saw red, and I was about to verbally go off on the phone, but I restrained myself and told them I was going upstairs. While leaving, my wife tried to ask me about the allowance, and I yelled that the answer was no. I feel bad for yelling, but I was so angry at the that all happened last week, and for the next few...
Principle. The truth is, it was much more a question of pride. If he'd simply shown me more appreciation, who knows how long I might have tolerated his evils. I certainly tolerated plenty from my subsequent employers before I could take no more. If I'm being honest, I was only too happy to offer my complicity in Queen Titania's humiliation.
What did you do?
I caused her to fall in love with something preposterous. An actor. Even a short-term advantage could pay off.
Within 6 weeks, the average 3-year-old autistic child who is exposed to 20 hours of ABA per week.
Mr. Simber, you're being accused of killing your father. Yes, Your Honor.
Justice, finally.
If you don't sit your Shakespearean ass down, Mr. Simba, where have you been all these years? I moved in with a meerkat and a warthog. Your Honor, as the rightful king of Pride Rock, Simba should be granted diplomatic immunity.
He was a child when this occurred.
Then he shouldn't be tried as an adult, bitch. Miss Nala, what is your relationship to the defendant? His girlfriend / half-sister, Your Honor.
Gross.
I have a surprise with you. Hey, where's the music coming from? It better be good, Uno. Hey, that guy wasn't even there when we killed the possum. You fucking idiot.
Your Honor,
Pretty much, bitch. You and your hyena idiots are now being charged with conspiracy for murder. Mr. Simba, I am dropping the charges against you. I guess you're now the king of Pride Rock. Thank you, Your Honor. That is not your slogan, bitch! Mr. Simba, you're being accused of killing your father. Yes, Your Honor.
Justice, finally.
If you don't sit your Shakespearean ass down, Mr. Simba, where have you been all these years? I moved in with a meerkat and a warthog. Your Honor, as the rightful king of Pride Rock, Simba should be granted diplomatic immunity.
He was a child when this occurred.
Then he should be tried as an adult, bitch. Miss Nala, what is your relationship to the defendant? His girlfriend / half-sister. I have a surprise. Hey, where's that music coming from? This better be good, Uno. Hey, that guy wasn't even there when we killed Mufasa. You fucking idiot.
Your Honor, I'm fucked, aren't I?
Pretty much, bitch. You and your hyena idiots are now being charged with conspiracy for murder. Mr. Simba, I am dropping the charges against you. I guess you're now the king of Pride Rock. Thank you, Your Honor.
Hakuna Matata.
That is not your slogan, bitch. Mr. Simba, you're being accused of killing...
How do you hook up the guitar in your guitar to Fortnite? It is a...
Temporarily, by use of this
It turns out the
flower. Though now it's clear to me the flower's effect isn't love exactly, but a kind of obsessive devotion that is too often mistaken for love. So of course the Queen made a fool of herself, as did all those under the flower's spell that night. Don't know how I ever got embroiled in such a farce.
You are wiser now.
I think so. Though that only makes up for so much past stupidity.
Cybertruck might be dangerous for everyone, including the driver. Elon recently said if you have an argument with another car, you will win, which just seems like a terrible thing for the CEO of a car company to say. It might not really be the case because the Cybertruck doesn't have much of a crumple zone. Crumple zone is literally the part of the car that crumples around the driver in a crash, dissipating the impact. Because the exoskeleton of the Cybertruck is stiff stainless steel, it's not going to absorb the impact and it's going to transfer all of that energy to the body of the driver. And apparently Tesla has been reticent to release any crash data for the Cybertruck, so all we have to go off are the videos they've released.
Right side, brother! Watch your right!
Road safety.
Why is it that paying off all your credit debt can reflect badly? Because you're out of the game. Your credit score is not an indicator of creditworthiness. It's an indicator banks created that tells them how much they can expect to make off of you. If a credit score was really an indicator of creditworthiness, then the people who are disciplined enough to avoid debt would have the highest scores, and so would the people who infrequently open lines of credit for large purchases, but pay them off way ahead of schedule and close them. This behavior should signal to the bank that you're the most responsible, right? If you generally stay out of debt, and always pay it back early on the rare occasion you do borrow, you're the most trustworthy borrower that exists.
Another one! Left side!
Can my friend Eli and I crush this undefeated taco challenge?
It has long been believed that the illusion school of magic is by far the weakest of the schools. You, an acolyte, begin to suspect that it is in fact the strongest school, and the elder illusionists have been going to great lengths to hide this.
Okay.
It has long been believed that the illusion school of magic is by far the weakest of the schools. You, an acolyte, begin to suspect that it is in fact the strongest school, and the elder illusionists have been going to great lengths to hide this. Illusion is the art of making things seem like they are something else. Like making copper coins seem like gold, or to make your dull ugly donkey seem like a haughty and proud stallion. It's generally looked down upon as a useful, but we, School of Magic, by all the other schools of magic. I only had the grades to get into the illusion classes, since they were the only ones that people weren't fighting over getting into. Most of my fellow students are lazy, absorbed with getting to use illusion to pick up dates by making themselves art, or conjure interesting images while puffing arcane graphs on their pipes. But it does have applications in later life, so I take it serious. But in the oldest tomes of illusion, there are always references to the higher level of illusion, while never explicitly talking about it. Asking the tutors, they say it's just an old obscure joke, put on the other school, because illusion is the magic of pranksters and tricksters after all. But I read into it, journals of ancient mages describing just what the school of illusion could do, ancient tomes that haven't been read in so long that they consist of mostly dead mice and fossilized bugs, containing obscure references to higher mysteries, colder studies, greater power, and other similar. The more I learned, the more it seemed that there was evidence that perhaps illusion was more than it seemed. I couldn't find the direct proof, but I had gathered up enough of an outline for proof. The real illusion powers, that I could see it existed. Yet I didn't act like a dummy and come out to tell everyone else. If it was so secret, so hidden, then there had to be a reason why nobody was talking about this. The most likely thing is that the eldest and most powerful illusionists had used their powers to trick all the other schools of magic into disregarding illusion beyond the basic stuff. So I had to find their spellbooks. Luckily for me, it was soon going to be a night of celebrations, where students and teachers would dance, sing, and party the night away. The illusion classes always parties the hardest, and the teachers and elders of our magical path always join in the festivities and get extremely wasted. Then we usually prank the entirety of the arcane, but I was going to use it for something much more cunning, much more productive. And while the teachers and my fellow students were getting hammered on dwarven ale and elven wine, I delved into the inner sanctum. Every wing of the academy containing a specific school of wizardry has one, where only the highest and most powerful of our kind can have. I'm nothing more than a skilled acolyte, but I couldn't let this go. Usually there are crazy magical traps, but considering the night's festivities, they've been shut off, in case some drunk student stumbled in and accidentally got turned into ash, struck with plague, or with illusion made to think they're graphic design freelancers being forced to work for exposure. I walked deep into the sanctum, seeing many fascinating sights: forest made of light, animals made of shadow, alchemy-less fireworks, sounds that tasted of colors, and many marvels. But finally, I found what I was looking for. Inside a mighty chapel, dark and filled with illusion-based storms, there were 3 books. One was called The Secrets of the Inner Circle. One had no markings on it, only an unpleasant burn impression of a human hand, which was seemingly bound in human skin. And a third was a coloring book for children. Remembering back to our lessons about hiding in plain sight, and how the best illusions trick not only the mind, but also the logic. Because if anyone who was genre-savvy walked in here, they'd think that the obvious outlier, the coloring book for children, would be the secret knowledge in disguise. Then they'd take it and suddenly they'd experience the horrible feeling of hearing your spoiled daughter screech because you've gotten her the wrong color of horse for her sweet 16th birthday, and understanding in that moment that you have ruined your child and failed as a parent. I took the one that said what it was on the cover. Only an idiot picks up a book made of human skin. They tend to bite. And I left the sanctum, returning back to my dormitory room, to read. I was astonished. The final rule of illusion is not to make illusions that both smell, feel, sound, and taste real. That is what we've been taught. The final level of illusion magic is to make the illusion real. And I suddenly understand exactly why the elder illusionists have kept this knowledge hidden. Anybody can learn illusion, as long as they have an active imagination. Imagine what would happen if this knowledge was in the hand of someone who could imagine himself the crowned emperor of the world, the people of the world bowing before him. Then it would only be a matter of having enough magical energy to make that dream come true. Then you rule the world. I test the spells, and to my utter shock create an apple from raw nothing. Which should not be possible. Vanderbilt's law says that you cannot make something from nothing, that everything is solid energy, and that the energy bound within a single grain of sand would be enough to unmake cities if somebody found a way to release all that energy. And I, like a god out of myth, have just created something with magic that should not be possible. The illusion of an apple is easy. It's just light particles and waves acting in the way you want them to. But to solidify into matter, I read the book start to finish, and I rush down to the chapel to replace it. I am lucky. Nobody saw me. Nobody knows that I have the secret now. I imagine that if the elders knew, they could do things to me that not only shouldn't be possible, but probably completely isn't. Because the final level of illusion is breaking the laws of reality. It has long been believed that the illusion school of magic is by far the weakest of the schools. You, an acolyte, begin to suspect that it is in fact the strongest school, and the elder illusionists have been going to great lengths to hide this. Illusion is the art of making things seem like they are something else. Like making copper coins seem like gold, or to make your dull ugly donkey seem like a haughty and proud stallion. It's generally looked down upon as a useful, but weak, school of magic, by all the other schools of magic. I only had the grades to get into the illusion classes, since they were the only ones that people weren't fighting over getting into. Most of my fellow students are lazy, absorbed with getting to use illusion to pick up things by making themselves look more handsome than they are, or conjure interesting images while puffing arcane grass on their pipes. But it does have applications in later life, so I take it serious. And I've started to notice something. In the oldest tomes of illusion, there are always references to the higher level of illusion, while never explicitly talking about it. Asking the tutors, they say it's just an old obscure joke, played on the other schools, because illusion is the magic of pranksters and tricksters after all. But I read into it, journals of ancient mages describing just what the school of illusion could do, ancient tomes that haven't been written in so long that they consist of mostly dead mice and fossilized bugs, containing obscure references to higher mysteries, older study, greater power, and other such words. The more I learned, the more it seemed that there was evidence that perhaps illusion was more than it seemed. I couldn't find the direct proof, but I had gathered up enough of an outline of the proof, the real illusion powers, that I could see it existed. Yet I didn't act like a dummy and come out to tell everyone this. If it was so secret, so hidden, then there had to be a reason why nobody was talking about this. The most likely thing is that the eldest and most powerful illusionists had used their powers to trick all the other schools of magic into disregarding illusion beyond the basic stuff. so I had to find their spells out. Luckily for me, it was soon going to be a night of celebration, where students and teachers would dance, sing, and party the night away. The illusion classes always partied the hardest, and the teachers and elders of our magic schools always joined the festivities and get extremely wasted. Then we usually prank the entirety of the Arcane Academy. But I was going to use it for something much more
Okay, so listen up. I'm not going to say this again. 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd.
Looking for a new game, sir. Jason, let's make a game that turns people's ears into cauliflowers. What? Put 15 players on each team, Jason.
Right,
And half of them will be brick walls.
half of them brick walls.
And you play with a ball, Jason.
Okay.
And you advance it forward by passing.
Okay, so you pass it
Backwards.
backwards.
Yeah, Jason, you can't pass it forwards.
You have to pass it backwards to go forwards.
Yeah.
What happens if the brick walls pass it forwards?
Oh, Jason! Then the brick walls from each team will have to make a little bridge.
A bridge?
Yeah, they make a bridge, Jason, and the little guy puts the ball under the bridge.
What happens under the bridge?
Jason, nothing good ever happens under a bridge.
Right, what?
Flurry of passes, Jason.
Backwards passes.
Yes, and there's running forwards, and then someone gets tackled by the other team.
Oh, bit of action. Okay, then they fight for the ball.
No, Jason, the person who gets tackled has to let go of the ball.
Let go of it?
And then the person who made the tackle has to play a little game of roly-poly to get out of there.
Roly-poly.
You heard me, Jason.
And then what?
Goat fighting.
Goat fighting? No. Goats just run and smash heads against each other. We can't do that.
Now, Jason, I'm making the rules. They will do something like that.
Right, so what you're saying is the ball's on the ground and the two teams have to goat fight over the ball that's on the ground.
But staying on their feet.
Right.
And you can't smash in from the side.
Oh, okay.
And you can only touch the ball if you're on your feet.
What? Hang on.
Oh, make him kick it.
Hello again, Kratos.
What?
The ball, Jason!
Right, then let me guess. You can only kick it backwards?
No, Jason, don't be stupid.
Where do you kick it?
Into touch.
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 Who touches it?
No one.
Why is it called touch?
Touch is a good word, Jason. Touch.
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 How do you score points?
Jason, make them run the ball over the enemy's line at the end of the field.
And what do they do when they get there?
Touch it on the ground.
So we should call that touch.
Jason. You have the brain capacity of a Commodore 64. What are you, stupid? When they touch it on the ground at the end of the field, it's called a try.
A try?
A try.
No. The word try alludes to the fact that they tried it and failed. It should be called a complete.
No, Jason.
We're on fire. That's a nice change of pace. Watch your right. Behind you, idiot! Incoming dive! Well played, Kratos. You shit skipper. I spy the one you need to slay. Right back, you bastard!
Only getting harder as you delay, Kratos.
Break the tether quickly! Another weapon, idiot! Behind you! Watch out! Behind you, dummy! Right shot incoming!
Right here, sir. All the moments leading up to the when you score should be called the try.
Yeah, like Shrek's a classic. Seriously, I'm so glad I watched it, even though it came out before I was born. What do you mean?
There's something that's been gnawing at me about the jets.
This right here is the Zenvo Aurora, and it's a hypercar that'll make a Bugatti look normal.